As you can see, we've got a very strange draft coming in from Damwon. It will be the Talia jungle with the Renekton and the Jace in the solo lanes, and we're not entirely sure.
Canyon's not going top here, so here is that help from Score. He's gone around the ward.
Yep, Noguri had a ward down. He feels safe, but he's not. Score's going to be able to come in. He's in body slam range, doesn't even need to flash as the barrel goes down. BDD gets the shape splitter. And Noguri's going to make it into the brush. He's going to flash. BDD's still looking for it. Canyon comes down on the Talia. A lot of single target damage. The red buff should be able to do it. A Showmaker had come in, and he's not going to be able to get an assist. So they use a lot.
Hey.
All right, well, Canyon's going to try and redeem himself here as, oh, there's the Weaver's Wall. World Ender comes down, unable to catch him there as it's a decent flash, but not decent enough. As the body slam comes in, even is able to catch Canyon there as a seismic shove. Not going to work out. Pop Blossom comes in. Showmaker unable to jump onto Score. Score's able to get in there. There's the flash from Beryl. Trying to lock down the trample stun. Prey's going to have to flash here as the Fate's Call's going to be available. The heal is utilized now as the ward eventually goes down. But Prey's going to have to use that Martial Poise really well. He's not going to be able to make that one happen. Majestic Roar, just not majestic enough, and a kill comes in for Noguri. Damwon.
Well, they're paying off with a Mountain Drake, and who's to say this isn't a payment plan towards a strong mid-game Baron for the side of Damwon game?
Not to mention the fact that they've got 5 turret plates sitting in that bottom.
That Score's top side, here we go.
Yep, doesn't find it. Does still have the flash. There's a seismic shove and a very dead Gragas.
And there's a Damwon game.
If they're coming from ahead.
Noguri's on a ward. Canyon's here, though.
Yep, decent knock up there as the Infernal Chains are broken. The Weaver's Wall looking to try and stick him in between the wall and the other wall as the Umbral Dash is going to be utilized, but Score comes in to get some revenge. Barrel is avoided by Canyon, though, and I don't think he knows that there's a ward in there. He will be going down, and KT, they one-up Damwon Gaming and get their revenge.
A turret to answer the Rift Herald. Damwon have potential, but it seems more difficult to execute on their side.
Here from KT, there's multiple Gragi heading down towards the bottom side as the Cow is hit with the Super Soaker, and Beryl not going to be able to blast, going to get himself out of here. Does have flash available as the Fate's Call is utilized pretty quickly here. Prey now out of position, the flash forward, but that is a great knock-up as the Pop Blossom comes in. Nuclear, he's able to grab it, one of the kills, and Noguri's able to follow up. Nico gets a Pop Blossom kill, but this is all Damwon all day. Double kill.
We'll get there after all. As KT say, we're taking the bot lane turret. All things push.
Yep, we've got a blue trinket as well utilized just to find out exactly where Showmaker is.
Around their grouping. Damwon trying to take more objectives in mid and top as this could be a catch.
Yep, Void Seeker. Not going to be followed up on there as Noguri is taking the top inner turret by himself. And, okay. See you later, Snowflower. You're going to take about a bajillion damage, and the flash is now on cooldown. But
they're wasting time here as well, Atlas.
Yeah. Noguri's going to be pushing, but he's going to move towards the inner turret in the mid lane now. And, oh, Majestic Roar was fantastic this time. Now a Pop Blossom to come forward. Does get one stun onto Beryl, but he immediately ults. Canyon goes golden to avoid it. The barrel comes down and lands onto a couple as BDD swoops into the backline and just gets eliminated. Noguri's going to be the answer here as KT still have a few members alive. Prey at full health is a huge deal as Showmaker's going to go down. A double kill for Kingin, and now KT.
It does feel like KT Rolster have easier team fights, but Damwon Gaming can also outplay them. So you're looking for a catch. Here we go.
Yep, Fate's Call going to come in. No knock-up, but he does get the flip back as Beryl decides that this is an initiation option. Snowcloud's going to get booped back. The Unbreakable Will has been popped, but it's not going to be enough. Prey locks down that kill.
We've got long games over here. They popped the ultimate, and we talked about that Baron timing.
Yeah, also, there's no brawl on that Weaver's Wall's getting through. That's going to be blocking people off as the Baron has gone down. Canyon locks it up as Beryl just gatekeeping. Even if he dies here, it's not a problem, but he decides to turn it into an initiation. And immediately the Aatrox falls. BDD finds a bit of value with the Pop Blossom, but they're so squishy. You mentioned explosive damage. It is right there. It's mopped up by Showmaker, but the Kaiser doing a whole bunch of work on the backline. Score can't get anything done, and now Prey running for the hills. And with Baron and the majority of KT dead, Damwon may not have to do too much more to win this game.
Well, KT need to investigate their comm situation. Didn't seem to be working in that case. They gave just too much time. Not even that second Infernal end, but 2 Mountains Infernal. With a comp like this, Kaiser may be the highest Baron damage champion in the game. Over Cassiopeia in some calculations. It was just too easy, and Damwon Gaming in a break base, and maybe break Prey's hard.
Yep, Nuclear just flashes forward and murders the Callista. Nothing that Prey could do, had no summoner spells, and had no right to be that far up. Surprising that they're not
to do the rest, and these teammates are pretty damn strong.
Yep, wall is set up here. Snowplow caught on the wrong side of it. Seismic shove not going to work, but Fate's call has to be picked up defensively. That is one of KT's only tools as far as starting off a fight or continuing one. As Barrel's going to come in for wave clear, and BDD has to go back home. Double Infernal. The Baron buff still for another 50 seconds. Base broken in the mid lane. It is going from bad to worse for KT, and Snowflower once again has to get out. This poke damage from this composition on Damwon's side is just too difficult to deal with, be it Void Seekers or Shock Blasts. It's really scary stuff, not to mention the fact that there are pebbles being thrown forward from Canyon are no joke.
How do you itemize against AP Kai'Sa W's and EQ from Jay's stacking lethality? Turns out you don't, Atlas.
Yep.
You build a bit of health and hope for the best. It's a different type of siege comp, but it's one that's working. Not often Renekton's in a siege comp, but honestly, Renekton hasn't really done anything this game.
Hell? Prey just took his whole health bar from one ability, and that will mean that KT have to leave. I think the only safe place is at the very back of their fountain, and even there, a victory, but there's a very large amount of super creeps heading forward here as the Fate's Call once again going to be utilized. This time, it's unanswerable as Barrel is going to get thrown back, but has he found it? There's the boot back. He's still alive, guys. Pop Blossom comes in, 0 value as Prey is burning down, but he's not going to die just yet. The Gragas is going to be taken. King is now looking for more nuclear. Had the killer instinct though, and it's exactly that this time as the Aatrox is going to fall. BDD and Prey, it all rests on them now as KT's base is being obliterated. The inhibitor respawns in the mid lane, but they don't even need to worry about killing that to Damwon Gaming. They take down the Callista as an afterthought, and now BDD running back to his fountain to watch as his Nexus is taken. Damwon don't even want to do so. They're so happy to finally find a kill. The Nuclear is going to suicide onto the base. 32 minutes in, and Damwon finally win after their zero. Showmaker could be playing that Aurelia in the mid lane, or we could be switching it up to a Noggery one also. I have a feeling that this was largely Noggery,
but had never actually gotten a sack of gold or an item.
What the heck? That is ridiculous. As there's the headbutt pulverized. Score has to flash. We're responding though immediately. Even Aftershock getting value here as First Blood goes over to Canyon.
Because they weren't showing in lane, but smartly Barrel had roamed. Speaking of roams.
Yep, BDD going to get headbutted around. Showmaker flashing forward, needs another auto. Oh, that's a little bit awkward, but Aatrox followed him. Very strange scenario. Looked like BDD was potentially trying to bait, wanted to get that turnaround again, but there's the headbutt pole. As Prey has to use the flash. Song of Celerity comes in there as Snowflower. Able to turn that one around. The flash forward from Nuclear though, and they're able to get the 2v2 kill. Snowflower desperately trying to find something, gets the Devour, regurgitates Nuclear there, but the flash is answered by Barrel's incredible timing. Running away from KT Rolster very, very quickly in this early game.
Barrel's jacking up that Alistair win rate, maybe. It's going to be above 70%. And I believe maybe Crown and
no, it was BDD and Crow, yeah, I think so.
I think there might have been 2 times that happened. This bot lane.
There's a headbutt pole. Killer Instinct comes down as well as Prey's going to get devoured. Wanders over. The Vanguard's Edge comes in. That is going to mean the death of the Sonar. Beryl is going to sacrifice himself as BDD is down here. Once again lit on fire. This time going to stay underneath the turret. Not going to be able to do anything though as the hijacked Glacial Prison is going to secure it. And we've got teleports all around this map. Noggery always more than happy to play 1v2 and now has himself the 2v2 follow-up. But the teleport was from a champion that is pretty damn squishy. Also didn't have much of a health bar, and Noggery's going to say, what the heck were you doing in my lane?
Taken. No one builds AD in this lane, even with the quest calculation. One thing you can't do so well is not go and push down turrets, so it takes a lot longer. The tempo.
Their second Cloud Drake as Barrel's looking for another kill and another opportunity to steal away the MVP.
Also,
from Canyon.
Maybe you should check in your LCK card if you believe that to be true about Proactive.
Well,
let's watch this play. I've seen the reaction from KT.
Yeah, big teleport coming in. The Dragon does go over to Damwon, but maybe there's a fight as the Hex Flash was actually channeled, and the Glacial Prison is going to leave its doors way open.
Damwon Gaming at Audi, and now they have inside track onto mid lane as well. For how long, we'll see.
Abyssal Voyage going to get KT underneath his turret to try and defend it. It was a great rotation from Damwon, answered by the ultimate of Tahm Kench though. Damwon are still going to be able to move back, and they've already got what they wanted. Camille on the bottom side though, used that teleport in order to get in for the flank, but instead turns it into bottom lane outer turret.
No plates, but nice to get the turret down and get some gold going. Wants to come back for the local gold. Cool.
But still has to trade down when it comes to the summoner spells.
Noggery
Noggery underneath his turret He's going to have to time things nicely here as Canyon doesn't want to do battle with anyone as Noguri has a lot of health there, but the Glacial Prison finally is good. Hextech Ultimatum comes down. Noguri, you ain't going anywhere, but he's already got a Zhonya's, remember, and just walks away.
Able to walk, still had about 9 seconds on his W. Didn't matter, his mid lane were brawling.
We are fighting all the time here as Prey going down very, very low. The Devour was necessary. Barrel's looking for the flank.
He's breaking ARAM rules, going to be spotted.
Yep. Vision available here for KT as that headbutt was real nice as the Hextech Ultimatum comes down. Unbreakable Will is there. Showmaker wants to get over that wall, but the cow is going to get thwarted.
Going to be a bit of a sacrifice here for the cow. He goes down. Down to Drake.
Good Drake, and the only good Drake. Any follow-up kills there as meanwhile still able to get the inner turret, sorry, the outer turret in the mid lane.
So we're there yet. So I think KT still very much within a chance here.
Yep, Kingen going to be soloing out this Cloud Drake as Barrel's going to move on over. Canyon jumps into that pit, but it's already gone.
Rotational plays go, because so far those are what has separated Damwon and KT.
Yep, finally a tempo advantage for KT, but now Damwon are trying to start a fight around it as the Glacial Prison is utilized. Gets a decent stun, but the Devour is pretty good. Nuclear into the backline, though. The Killer Instinct is fantastic. Prey is going to get taken down, and now that consistent team fight on this KT squad. As they thought that they'd be able to get team fights to work in an extended fashion, but they're just not able to do so. Damwon with a composition that does pretty well in that scenario. Also, King and TFT, not so much. On to Summoner's Rift.
Prey not going to be winning any awards.
Well, Barrel's found BDD, and yeah, positioning is a big problem. Killer Instinct is going to kill the Aatrox as Prey's going to die as an afterthought. It's the Vladimir that grabs that one, and Canyon remains alive in the middle of that fight as well. The Zhonya's is going to do the work as now King, and he has to get out of there as Score is going to die as well. A triple kill for Noguri, and I have a feeling Mr. Hemomancer is online.
And that was 4v5. Showmaker wasn't even there. He was busy pushing the top side. This should be the game. Not sure if we'll end right now, but it certainly feels like it.
Yep.
Damwon Gaming pushing up. They got so many members.
They do. We're very close to 30 minutes in, but we haven't even hit it just yet. The minion wave is going to get followed. Remember, 2 minutes left on that. Baron is King in, desperately trying to get some work done. Not going to be able to. First turret goes down. Canyon just playing with slivers of health this game. As the Nexus falls, Damwon Gaming will be victorious. A 2-0 to answer their 0-4 week is going to feel.
How do we set them up?